The papyrus, putting on my table every month. I don't wanna be sad. Don't even try to hide it. No, I don't wanna lose it. And you see how it is, it's so inviting. The papyrus, we're all so alive. The papyrus.
Hello, welcome to the Papyrus TV News Update. First, the headlines. Port Harcourt Refineries begins operation. Former presidential aide doing defends Tinubu economics reform. Tinubu seeks lawmakers' approval of Olufemi Oluyede as army chief. 2027 elections, opposition parties form mother of alliances to challenge APC. Labour Party women leader condemns intimidation of female politicians. Federal government urges Nigerians to embrace low sulfur fuel and CNG. Now the news in details. The presidency has confirmed the official commencement of operation at the Port Harcourt Refinery, a development hailed as a major milestone in Nigeria's energy sector. Presidential spokesperson Sunday Dare announced on Tuesday, November 26, 2024, that approximately 200 trucks are set to begin loading petroleum products from the government-owned refinery. Following the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited's NNPCL earlier confirmation that the crude processing has started. NNPCL Chief Corporate Communication Officer Olufemi Soneye celebrated the achievement, stating, "Today, Nigerians celebrate a historic achievement as the Port Harcourt Refinery begins crude oil processing. This milestone heralded a new era of energy independence and economic growth for our nation. Congratulations to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the NNPC board, and GECO Mele Kyari for their leadership in making this transformative project a reality." Dare reveals that the refinery's old refinery unit is expected to process 60,000 barrels of crude oil per day, with 20 trucks loading daily, promising significant relief for Nigerians' fuel import dependency. This move is a critical step towards enhancing the nation's energy infrastructure and reducing reliance on imported petroleum products. I'd just like to add that if something of this magnitude has indeed happened, then media houses should have been taken to see. Also, former presidential aide Doyin Okupe has defended President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's economic reform, describing them as critical for Nigerians' recovery. Okupe argued that Tinubu's inherited an economy in crisis, with 98% of revenue consumed by debt servicing, leaving no choice but to implement drastic measures to avert collapse. Okupe dismissed criticism of the administration, which is less than 18 months old, as an unfair and wicked. He warned that without Tinubu's intervention, the dollar to naira exchange rate could have reached 17,000 and petrol price might have climbed to 4,000 per litre. The dollar at 1,700 could have been much worse, possibly 17,000. Fuel at 1,000 per litre could have skyrocketed to 3,000 or 4,000 naira if these reforms hadn't checked escalating hyperinflation, Okupe stated. He attributed much of Nigerians' economic challenges to the previous administration of Muhammadu Buhari, accusing it of printing 30,000 trillion to mask fiscal realities. Okupe praised Tinubu's reforms as vital for reversing the damage of past decades and setting Nigerians on a path to recovery. In another move, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has formally requested the confirmation of Olufemi Oluyede as the substantive Chief of Army Staff, COAS. The request converged in a letter read by Speaker Tajuddin Abbas during November 26, 2024 Tuesday plenary, aligns with constitutional provisions under Section 2182 of the 1999 Constitution and Section 18.1 of the Armed Forces Act. Tinubu described Oluyede as a seasoned professional whose military career and expertise make him ideal for the role. He urged lawmakers to expedite the confirmation process to ensure continuity in military leadership. Oluyede was initially appointed acting Chief of Army Staff on October 30th following the prolonged illness of former Army Chief Tauri Lagbaja, who passed away on November 5th. Since then, Oluyede has been promoted to the rank of Lieutenant General and officially decorated by Tinubu. Before this appointment, Oluyede served as the 56th Commander of the Infantry Corps in Kaduna. A graduate of the 39 regular course of the Nigerian Defense Academy, Oluyede has a very distinguished military career, serving in various capacities since his commissioning as a second lieutenant in 1992. Proceeding, as the 2027 presidential election draw closer, opposition parties and political groups are rallying to form a unified front against President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and the ruling All Progressive Congress APC. Dubbed the Mother of Opposition Alliance, the coalition seeks to counter the APC dominance and offer an alternative vision for Nigeria. Honorable Ikenga Imo Ogechinyere, representing Idiato Federal Constituency, is at the forefront of the movement, vowing to push forward even without the active participation of the People's Democratic Party (PDP). Ogechinyere criticized the PDP leadership for failing to effectively address Nigerians' challenges, accusing them of undermining opposition efforts. His frustration was compounded by PDP governor's recent endorsement of Ambassador Umar Damagun's National Working Committee, which he believes weakens the party's potential as a strong opposition force. Segun Showomi, former spokesperson for Atiku Abubakar's 2023 presidential campaign, introduced the National Opposition Movement Coalition, and now this. Furthermore, the national women leader of the Labour Party, Dudu Manuga, has decried the harassment, intimidation, and stereotyping faced by female politicians in Nigeria. Speaking in Abuja during the 2024 International Day for the Elimination of Violence Against Women and Girls, Manuga called for an end to the narrative that labels female politicians as promiscuous. Highlighting the challenges women face in politics, Manuga noted that gender-based violence in these spheres often manifests as cyber-stalking, emotional and psychological abuse, and harassment. She criticized societal attitude that discourage women from pursuing leadership roles, stating, "Violence against women goes beyond physical assault. It includes harassment, intimidation, and psychological abuse. When women vie for leadership positions, they are often met with discouragement. Remarks like 'this is a man's position.' These are forms of emotional abuse." Manuga also urged Nigerians to challenge stereotypes about women in leadership, emphasizing that the misconception of female politicians as immoral is both harmful and baseless. She calls for the collective effort to eliminate all forms of gender-based violence and promote acceptance of women in politics and leadership roles. Her remarks serves as a rallying cry for a more inclusive and respectful political landscape in Nigeria, where women can participate without fear of bias and intimidation. Finally, the federal government has called on Nigeria to adopt low sulfur fuel and compressed natural gas (CNG) to combat air pollution and promote environmental sustainability. Minister of Environment Balarabe Abbas Lawa made this appeal during the inauguration of the Interagency Committee on Fuel, which is tasked with advocating for clearer fuel alternatives across country. Lawa emphasized that reducing sulfur content in petroleum products is crucial to mitigating health risks such as asthma, bronchitis, and chronic lung diseases linked to air pollution. He also noted that high sulfur fuel exacerbates climate change effects, including extreme weather conditions and deteriorating air quality. To address these challenges, the government has reversed Nigerian industry standard for sulfur content in petrol, diesel, and kerosene in collaboration with key stakeholders. Lawa assured the public of continual awareness campaign to highlight the benefits of clearer fuel for both health and the environment. Mrs. Bahijatu Abubakar, Director of Pollution Control and Environmental Health at the Ministry, commended the committee's dedication and stressed the importance of collective action in achieving clearer air and a healthier future for Nigerians. This has been the Papyrus TV Africa.
The papyrus, put it on my table.